My friend, I want you to listen to me carefully. There is a power within you, a power so great that it can transform your entire life in an instant. You have been waiting, hoping, believing, but now is the time to know. Know that your desires are already fulfilled. Know that the miracle you seek is already set in motion. Everything in your life right now is a direct reflection of what you have assumed to be true. The circumstances you find yourself in, the people you encounter, the experiences you attract, all of it stems from the beliefs you have impressed upon your mind. There is no randomness, no external force deciding your fate, apart from the assumptions you carry within. Whether you realize it or not, you are always shaping your reality through the thoughts you persistently entertain. Consider this. If you assume the world is full of struggle, that opportunities are scarce, and that you are not worthy of success, life will constantly present you with evidence to confirm those beliefs. You will see roadblocks instead of possibilities, rejection instead of favor, and hardship instead of ease, not because life is against you, but because you have unconsciously accepted these limitations as truth. And because your outer world must always conform to your inner world, reality reflects these assumptions back to you. But the same principle applies when you assume the opposite. If you walk in the belief that you are favored, that life is working for you, that success and abundance flow effortlessly into your experience, then life has no choice but to align itself with that assumption. Suddenly doors begin to open where there were once walls. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. People are drawn to you, circumstances shift in your favor, and what once seemed impossible now unfolds effortlessly. The world around you changes because you have changed within. This is not wishful thinking, nor is it about mere positive affirmations. It is about stepping into a deep, unwavering conviction that what you desire is already yours. It is about embodying the reality you seek before any external evidence appears. The moment you assume something to be true and persist in that assumption, reality bends to make it so. Think of your mind as a garden. Whatever seeds you plant will eventually grow. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, you will reap a harvest of struggle and disappointment. But if you plant seeds of faith, abundance, and joy, your reality will reflect those very things. The key is to become aware of the thoughts and assumptions you entertain daily. Are they aligned with the life you desire, or are they keeping you bound to the life you wish to leave behind? Many people wait for external circumstances to change before they allow themselves to believe in something better. They say, "I'll believe I'm successful when I see success," or "I'll believe in love when the right person appears." But this is backward thinking. The external world does not lead, it follows. You must believe first, assume first, and persist first. Then reality will take shape accordingly. If you want to change your life, you must first change your assumptions. Begin to see yourself as the person you wish to become. Assume that you are already living the life you desire. Do not wait for permission. Do not seek validation. Decide that it is already done. When you do this consistently, your world will shift in ways you never imagined. Everything in your experience is a result of what you have accepted as true. And the moment you take full ownership of this truth, you gain the power to transform anything. Life is not happening to you, it is responding to you. Change your assumptions, and you will change your world. A miracle is not something that happens by chance, nor is it an event reserved for a select few. A miracle is simply the world rearranging itself to reflect what you have accepted as true in your mind. It is not about luck or external circumstances aligning in your favor by accident. It is about belief, deep, unwavering faith in the unseen, the certainty that what you desire is already accomplished even before it appears in physical form. Belief is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It is the force that turns thought into reality, desire into manifestation. When you truly believe in something, not just on the surface, not just with momentary enthusiasm, but with a knowing so deep that it cannot be shaken, then what you believe in must come to pass. The world has no choice but to reflect your conviction. This is the way miracles work. They are not interruptions of natural law, but expressions of it. The only difference between those who experience miracles and those who do not is the quality of their belief. Some allow doubt to creep in, questioning whether what they desire is possible, whether they are worthy, whether circumstances will align. And as they doubt, they push their miracles further away. Others, however, refuse to entertain anything but absolute faith. They do not waver, they do not question, they do not wait for evidence before they believe, and because of that, their miracles manifest effortlessly. Many look at their lives and see lack. They see illness, struggle, loneliness, or financial hardship, and they assume that these conditions are permanent, immovable. They cry out for a miracle, but at the same time they continue to believe in the reality of their suffering more than they believe in the possibility of their breakthrough. They speak about what is wrong, dwell on their difficulties, and unknowingly reinforce the very conditions they wish to escape. To experience a miracle, one must shift their focus. Instead of looking at what is and feeling trapped by it, they must turn their attention inward and assume the feeling of their desire already fulfilled. They must live in the certainty that healing is already theirs, that abundance is already flowing, that love is already present, that doors are already opening. It is not about ignoring reality. It is about choosing to believe in a higher truth. The moment you align your inner world with what you desire, the outer world begins to shift. Circumstances rearrange. Opportunities appear, people come into your life at the right moment, and events unfold in ways that seem almost too perfect to be coincidence. This is the power of belief. It calls forth what is unseen and makes it real. But belief is not passive. It is not merely hoping or wishing. It is a state of being, a full embodiment of the truth you have chosen to accept. Those who walk in belief do not wait for proof. They act as though they already have what they desire. They move with confidence, they speak with certainty, and they expect their miracle to appear. Not someday, but now. Doubt is the only thing that can delay a miracle. The moment you allow fear, hesitation, or uncertainty to creep in, you introduce resistance. You begin to question, and in doing so, you push the very thing you desire further from you. This is why belief must be absolute. You must hold firm no matter what your senses tell you, no matter how impossible it may seem. You must persist in your assumption that it is already done. Every great miracle in history has been the result of unwavering belief. Every transformation, every breakthrough, every victory began with someone who refused to accept what their eyes saw and instead trusted in the unseen. When you step into this kind of faith, miracles are no longer rare occurrences. They become a natural part of your life. Life often unfolds in ways beyond our comprehension. The things we try to predict, control, or force rarely happen the way we expect, yet the most profound blessings tend to arrive when we least anticipate them. This is the nature of divine timing. It is not based on human logic or limited by what seems possible. It moves according to a higher intelligence, a force that knows exactly what is needed and when. The mistake many make is trying to outline exactly how their desires should manifest. They set conditions, timelines, and expectations for how their blessings must come. And when things do not unfold according to their plan, they assume nothing is happening. But what if the delay, the detour, or the unexpected turn was actually leading them to something far greater than they could have imagined? What if what they thought was a setback was actually a setup for something beyond their wildest dreams? This is why it is so important to release attachment to the how and trust in the unseen. The universe, God, or divine intelligence, whatever you choose to call it, is always at work, arranging the details, moving the pieces, aligning the right people, and setting the stage for what is meant for you. The key is to remain open, to walk in faith, and to expect the unexpected. Many people miss their blessings because they are too focused on one particular outcome. They believe their breakthrough can only come in a specific way, through a specific person, or at a specific time. When it doesn't happen as they envisioned, they become discouraged, assuming nothing is working. But in reality, things are always working, just not in the way they expected. A closed mind can delay a blessing, while an open mind allows for miracles to unfold freely. There is power in surrendering to the unknown. When you let go of rigid expectations and instead cultivate a deep sense of trust, you create space for something even greater to enter your life. It is not about being passive or waiting aimlessly. It is about being in a state of readiness, where you are aligned with the certainty that what is meant for you is already on its way, even if you cannot see it yet. How many times in life have you looked back and realized that what once seemed like a disappointment was actually a blessing? That a closed door led you to something far better? That an unexpected change brought you to an opportunity you never would have considered? This is why you must walk with faith, not with fear. The mind is limited, but the divine is limitless. What seems impossible today can become reality tomorrow. What seems lost can return in a form more beautiful than you imagined. When you expect the unexpected, you free yourself from the limitations of doubt and fear. You no longer need to control everything because you understand that there is a greater plan unfolding. You begin to move differently with confidence and assurance because you know that things are always working in your favor, even when they don't look like it. This is how miracles happen, not through worry, not through force, but through faith. The universe rewards those who trust in divine timing, who remain open to the unseen, and who understand that blessings often come disguised as challenges. What you seek is already seeking you. The key is to release your grip on how it must arrive and simply allow it to come in the way it was meant to. Every moment is filled with infinite possibilities. The breakthrough you've been waiting for could be just around the corner, but it may not look the way you expected. So, instead of trying to control every detail, step into a place of trust. Expect the unexpected, because when you do, life will surprise you in ways far greater than you could ever imagine. There is no separation between you and the divine. The power you attribute to God is the very power that flows through you, creating, shaping, and manifesting your reality. You are not a mere observer of life waiting for divine intervention. You are the vessel through which God expresses himself. The moment you awaken to this truth, your entire experience of life begins to shift. Many people have been conditioned to believe that God exists outside of them, somewhere distant, overseeing life but remaining separate from it. They pray to a power they believe is beyond them, hoping that their requests will be granted. But the reality is that God is not separate from you. He is within you, working through your very consciousness, shaping your world according to the beliefs you hold. This is why what you assume to be true becomes your reality. When you understand that your imagination, your thoughts, and your inner convictions are the creative forces behind your life, you begin to take responsibility for everything that unfolds. You are not at the mercy of fate. You are the creator of your own experience. And this is not an act of arrogance. It is the realization of divine truth. God speaks through the desires of your heart. Those longings for love, success, peace, and fulfillment are not random. They are divine whispers guiding you toward the life you are meant to live. But the key is to claim them, to embody them, to step into the knowing that what you seek is already yours. You do not need to beg, plead, or wait for permission. The moment you declare something as truth and believe in it fully, it must come to pass. This is why faith is so powerful. When you truly believe in something, you are aligning yourself with the divine intelligence that governs all things. You are stepping into your role as a co-creator with God. It is not about wishing or hoping. It is about knowing that what you desire already exists in the unseen, and that your belief is the bridge that brings it into form. Doubt is the only thing that stands in the way of this truth. When you doubt yourself, you are doubting the divine within you. When you question your worthiness, you are questioning the very power that created you. But the moment you strip away those false limitations and accept that you and God are one, life begins to unfold in miraculous ways. Every great transformation begins with this realization. When you understand that you are not separate from the power that created the universe, fear loses its grip. You no longer live as a victim of circumstances, but as a master of your own reality. You begin to move with confidence, knowing that whatever you set your mind upon must come to fruition, because the divine within you does not fail. This is why you must guard your thoughts carefully. What you believe about yourself, about life, about what is possible, all of it is shaping your reality. If you accept lack, limitation, or struggle as inevitable, then that is what will continue to manifest. But if you step into the knowing that abundance, love, and success are your birthright, then life will mirror that truth back to you. God is always expressing himself through you, whether you realize it or not. Every thought you hold, every assumption you make, every feeling you dwell in is an act of creation. When you begin to consciously align with the highest, most abundant version of yourself, you step into the divine flow. You no longer seek blessings, you become the source of them. You no longer look for miracles, you realize that you are the miracle. When you fully accept this truth, there is nothing you cannot do. The power that created the universe is the same power that lives within you. Walk in this knowing, and life will reflect it in ways beyond your imagination. To live as if your desire is already fulfilled is to step into the certainty that what you seek is not something distant or unattainable, but something that already exists within you. It is the understanding that reality conforms to the assumptions you hold about yourself and the world. When you fully embrace the feeling of already having what you desire, the outer world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match that inner state. Most people approach life from a state of waiting. They wait for circumstances to change before they feel happy, confident, or secure. They wait for a promotion to feel successful, wait for love to feel complete, or wait for wealth to feel abundant. But this approach places the power outside of them, reinforcing the idea that they are separate from their desires. The truth is, the moment you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you activate the very forces that bring it into being. The key is not to hope or wish, but to embody the state of fulfillment. If you desire success, how would you think, speak, and move if you already had it? If you desire love, how would you carry yourself if you already felt deeply cherished? If you desire abundance, how would you act if you knew wealth was already yours? By stepping into that mindset now, you align yourself with the reality you seek, making its manifestation inevitable. Feelings are the language of creation. The universe does not respond to empty words or forced affirmations. It responds to the deep, unshakable conviction you hold within. If you continue to focus on the absence of what you desire, you reinforce its lack. But if you shift your focus to the joy, peace, and confidence of already having it, you attract experiences that confirm that reality. This does not mean ignoring present circumstances. It means recognizing that what you currently see is simply a reflection of past beliefs and assumptions. The moment you shift your internal state, you initiate the process of external change. Just as a seed takes time to grow into a tree, your desires require time to unfold. But the outcome is certain the moment you assume it as truth. Doubt is the greatest barrier to manifestation. The mind will often question whether what you seek is truly possible, whether you are worthy, whether circumstances will ever change. But faith is not about waiting for proof. It is about moving forward with certainty despite the absence of evidence. When you persist in the feeling of already having your desire, the world bends to accommodate your belief. Many of the most successful, fulfilled people have used this principle, whether they were consciously aware of it or not. They did not wait for external validation before they saw themselves as successful. They did not wait for opportunities to believe in their own worth. They lived from the end, carrying themselves as if their dreams were already real, and in doing so they created the reality they envisioned. This is not about forcing anything. It is not about pretending or trying to manipulate circumstances. It is about an inner knowing so strong that nothing can shake it. It is about walking, speaking, and thinking from a place of completion rather than lack. The world is simply a mirror, reflecting back the state you hold within. When you fully embrace the feeling of already having what you seek, the reflection must change. Every great transformation begins in the mind. When you accept your desire as already done, you step into alignment with the unseen forces that bring it to life. There is no need to struggle, no need to chase. Simply be the person who already has what they seek, and life will respond accordingly. The moment you truly live as if your desire is fulfilled, it ceases to be a distant dream and becomes your reality. Faith is the foundation upon which all things are created. It is the unseen force that brings the invisible into the visible, the intangible into the tangible. Before anything can manifest in the physical world, it must first exist in the realm of belief. This is the nature of creation. What you accept as true in your mind and heart eventually becomes your external reality. Faith is not a reaction to evidence, it is the cause of it. Many people wait for proof before they believe. They want to see change before they trust in its possibility. They seek confirmation from the outside world before they allow themselves to feel secure in their desires. But this approach places them in a cycle of waiting, always dependent on circumstances, instead of being the creators of their own experience. True power lies in the ability to believe before there is any physical proof, to trust in the unseen, and to move with certainty even when logic says otherwise. Everything that exists today was once just a belief. The greatest inventions, the most successful individuals, the most miraculous transformations all began with an internal conviction before there was any outward validation. Those who have achieved great things did not wait for permission from reality. They saw the vision in their mind, believed in its certainty, and walked forward as if it were already true. Their faith created the proof. This principle applies to all areas of life. If you desire healing, you must first believe in your wholeness before the body reflects it. If you seek success, you must first embody the mindset of success before the world acknowledges it. If you long for love, you must first know you are worthy of it before it appears in your life. The moment you claim something as already yours in belief, you activate the forces that bring it into existence. Doubt is the only thing that delays manifestation. When you allow skepticism to take root, you introduce resistance to the process. The mind begins to question whether what you seek is possible, whether you are deserving, whether the circumstances will ever align. But faith does not waver in the presence of uncertainty. It stands firm, knowing that what is held in the mind with absolute conviction must eventually become reality. Many people pray for change, but they do so from a place of doubt. They ask for something, but in the same breath they wonder if it will actually happen. They affirm their desires, yet deep inside they still carry fear and hesitation. But true faith leaves no room for uncertainty. It does not need to see proof because it already knows the outcome is guaranteed. This is the secret to manifestation. When you believe with unwavering certainty, the world must conform to your belief. Faith is not about passively waiting, it is about actively living in alignment with what you know to be true. If you believe in abundance, your actions will reflect that belief. If you believe in success, you will carry yourself with the confidence of someone who already has it. If you believe in love, you will not operate from a place of desperation or lack. The way you think, speak, and move will naturally align with the reality you have claimed in faith. Every great transformation requires a step of faith before the evidence appears. The person who walks in faith does not need reassurance from the world because they are already certain of their outcome. They do not question whether things will work out, they know they will. And because of this unwavering belief, life bends to meet their expectations. When you truly understand that faith precedes physical proof, you stop waiting for circumstances to convince you and start living as if your desires are already fulfilled. This shift in consciousness is what creates miracles. You do not need to see it to believe it. You must believe it to see it. The moment you anchor yourself in faith, the proof will follow.